Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the first of many podcasts for the Women's Leadership Forum. My name is Colette Coakley, and I'm the Vice President of Human Resources for Maryland Public Television and the founder of the Women's Leadership Forum. You can find us on forwardwlf.org. That's FORWARDWLF.org. We are a community of women who gather to network to advance our possibilities through our voices, resources, and connections. We welcome all women, no matter what walk of life that you have taken, and we want to meet you where you are. This podcast is designed to feature women who are doing awesome work in their communities, households, and their careers. And today's podcast will feature Felicia Covel. All right, am I saying Covel right?
Covel, now
Oh,
Rummy.
Covel. Yes, the ooh la la, Covel, who is a wife, mom, entrepreneur, and owner of Exquisite Catering. Welcome, Felicia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, I like to eat, and you like to cook.
I love to cook.
And I have patronized you on many occasions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love your website. I love what you have to exude. And so tell us just a little bit about you and your journey.
Colette, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear any of that.
So can you hear me now?
No, when you speak, it's really distorted.
All right, let's see if we can get that fixed.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
It's really distorted. Sorry.
So I'm asking you about your journey.
My journey.
Yeah,
where I am today.
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, you're really distorted, but I assume you're asking about my journey.
Yes.
To where I am today.
Yes.
So I started cooking, like my earliest memory was like cooking with my grandmother. Maybe about 5 or 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember scrambling eggs. Like I remember scrambling eggs. And I think that memory stuck with me because it was kind of funny that I thought a part when she scrambled eggs, she would move her hips for some reason. And
okay.
I thought that that's how you scrambled eggs. So when I would scramble eggs, like that's what I would do, like move my hips. So that's my earliest memory. And I think my love for cooking like started then. I've been in business with Exquisite since 2011. I've held multiple jobs in catering, assisted living, restaurants, like all here in like the Baltimore, Maryland area. I started working for a local catering company, a pretty popular catering company, and I was there for a few years. And I think that's where I found my love for catering, not just cooking, but catering in itself.
Mm-hmm. So can you hear me?
Yes, you're clear now.
Okay, great. A couple of audience members said that they could hear me. So,
okay.
Tell me something that's like super interesting about yourself that perhaps only a few people may know.
I would say I don't cook at home.
What?
I rarely cook at home. I think it's one of those things where like I do it so much and I do it all day. I don't want to cook when I go home. If my husband's not cooking, then we're probably eating out. But I love good food. I love trying other chefs' foods. I love trying like new restaurants, like different restaurants. So we eat out a lot. We do.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you something. I know that you're number one on the list as far as catering is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had to choose this evening and you went home and you said to your husband, Honey, let's go out to, what restaurant are you choosing?
Oh God, like I have so many that I love. I guess it depends on like what I'm in the mood for.
And this is giving a
But
shout out to the restaurant now.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. If we were going out like for like want to get dressed up and have like a special night, I would say
Hmm.
Charleston's. If we wanted something casual, like our kind of happy hours, which we love to do, that would probably be like raw sushi. We love sushi. Um, if we were going for something kind of quick and just to like maybe grab and go home, we love Fosse,
Oh,
and that's in Ellicott City. I mean, we have so many
you
places.
have so many. Well,
Yeah,
Baltimore and the surrounding areas have wonderful, wonderful restaurants and a lot of hidden
yeah,
gems, right?
yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So your favorite dish to make?
Um, I love seafood.
Yeah.
Straight out of Baltimore, we love our crab.
Okay.
I love shrimp scallop and I love pasta. Like I love fresh pasta. So if I was cooking dinner, it would be like a pasta with shrimp scallop crab, maybe some type of cream sauce. Like I love cream sauces with my pasta.
Whew.
That probably would be my go-to. And we
That's
have
your
a
go-to?
we call it the sinful seafood pasta, which is a very popular dish on our menu. That's one of my favorites.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, I know that you have early mornings and
Mhm.
late nights.
Yeah.
What keeps you up? What keeps you up at night
Um, and
besides food? What keeps you up at night?
no, that's it. It's always work that's on my mind. I go to bed at about 9 or 10, and my body just wakes me up every night like 3 a.m. and my mind just starts working. What do I need to do the next day? What didn't I do? What do I need to order? What do I need to like? Who did I send an invoice to? Didn't I send a quote to? It starts working, and it's so hard for me to go back to sleep. And most days I just get up and go to work. Like you may as well just get up if you're not going to
Right.
sleep. Go in and get it done. Why
Absolutely.
not?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If you're going to be up, get up and do something, right?
Exactly. And I try hard to fall back asleep, but some nights it just doesn't happen. And I'm like, okay, let's go be productive.
So I followed you on Facebook, and I see that you talk a lot about
Mm-hmm.
self care for women, um, which always brings up the question about work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle that? How do you take care of it? You said you're like up early in the morning, you're up late at night, and how do you take care of work-life balance?
It's difficult. It's definitely not easy. I try to make time for family. Um, and that's why I think most days I do come in early. I come in early so that I'm alone. I'm not distracted by phone calls or emails or staff questions.
Mhm.
And I can get a lot of things done when I'm alone early. So the earlier I come in, the quicker I can get my work done and be done at a decent time to go home with my husband and with my child. Like my goal at the end of the day is to pick up my child from daycare. I want to be able to pick her up from daycare because most mornings I'm not there when she wakes up.
Yeah.
So I at least want to be there to pick her up from school and spend time with her in the evening.
So as a mom, do you sometimes, and I'm not trying to make you feel this way, but I think that we all go through this as
Where are
somebody.
you going
Do
with
we have the
it?
guilt? Do we have the guilt?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All the time. And like it sucks because you feel like you're doing it for your child, but your child is not old enough to understand that. Or when will they reach the age where they actually understand that? They're
Hmm.
probably going to go through a period of feeling like, my mom wasn't there or my mom missed this or missed that. Luckily for me right now, she's not old enough
Hmm.
to like probably really understand that my mom is not there when I wake up in the morning, but there will come a time. So in my mind, I work super hard now so that when she does reach that age, I have set in place staff and people that can take care of things, and I don't need to be here all the time.
Okay.
You know, I can break away and, you know, go to ballet recital or, you know, soccer practice or game or whatever. So now is the grind time so that in the future I can spend more time with her. But I feel it all the time. I do.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so you mentioned the word future, and who could have predicted what we're going through right now? This COVID period.
Yeah.
Talk about what you've done to help promote your business further during and survive. Because a lot of places, a lot of restaurants have not, and a lot of catering companies just have not survived during this
Yeah.
period, or they're waiting to come back. So,
Mhm.
how have you taken precautions to ensure that your business is up and running?
So like you said, no one could have predicted this. No one was prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we started off the year breaking records. You know, I just knew that this year was going to be amazing for us. We had never been with any catering business. January and February is your slowest months. We were booming January and February. Like I was so excited. Um, and then the pandemic hit. Um, no one thought it would last as long as it has. So initially, I was a little stressed because a lot of large events that we had booked started to cancel. And it all just started one day. And it was like every day, multiple events canceled, 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 canceled. So I really got worried and got a little stressed. But then I said, you know what? Like we started off the year like super busy. Um, and I think everything happens for a reason. I'm speaking in terms of the business doing well. So we can chill for a month, you know, and let this thing pass. But obviously that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, I didn't really have a plan. I just thought we'll chill for a month, let this pass, and we'll get back to work. Um, a month passed, and I was like, okay, like this isn't going to be over anytime
Right.
soon.
Yeah.
So we need to pivot and figure out some things to start generating revenue. We know that we're not going to get those large events back that we had planned or booked for April and May, but we got to do something. So I think after about 2.5 months of staying home, we decided that we were going to come back and start doing family meals. So we started doing family meals. We started doing like daily specials, like individual meals for our clients to purchase and pick up. We started doing deliveries, and this is stuff that I hadn't done in a long time. You know, that's kind of for somebody just starting out to get your name out there. You know, like I took it back to days when I was selling dinners out my house,
Right.
but that's what I had to do. And I was okay with that because I was determined my business is not going to fail due to
Mm-hmm.
COVID. Um, we started doing crab boils, and that kind of took off.
Yes, it
Um,
did. It took off.
yeah, we got like
There've been line.
amazing response from the crab boils, and so we just continued to do those, and then business started to slowly pick up, but like it's nowhere near where it was. Like we've done a couple weddings, we've done a few large events, but we lost like all of our corporate business, and that's what kept us busy during the week. You know, our clients, Johns Hopkins University, Johns Hopkins Hospital, or just, you know, office meetings and parties and all types of gatherings, we lost all of that. So during the week, we would do those specials to, you know, kind of keep us busy and, you know, keep my staff employed and generate some revenue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So just trying to figure out things, and we're still trying to figure out, you know, different things to keep us going.
Well, the thing is that you got creative during this time. And even if creative meant going back to your grassroots,
Mm-hmm.
you were able to, as people are saying, using this word, pivot, right?
Mm-hmm.
To do what it was, like many women do.
Mm-hmm.
They do what's necessary to keep the embers flowing, to keep the business going, to keep your family
Mhm.
intact. You did what was necessary.
Right.
Right. And I'm just giving you a shout out because you named a couple of large companies that you have catered to, but on your website, I see Under Armour, I
Mhm.
see PayPal, the city of Baltimore,
Mhm.
Johns Hopkins. You mentioned you've done well,
Mhm.
and let's just mention like some of the dishes that are on that menu.
Mhm. Um, so for corporate clients, I mean,
I
they do
saw
a little bit of
pizza.
everything.
I
Or
saw
you talk about for our specials?
it, and no, you under I saw with uh Amazon. Did you do individual
Oh,
pizzas?
we did. Yeah, that was recently. They opened up a new Amazon center out in Glen Burnie, and they contacted us, and they're only, like a month or so old. They contacted us to feed their staff. And 2 weeks they did pastas. They had like different types of pastas, and now everything is individually plated. Obviously, due to COVID. So yeah, we did like some assorted pastas for them with salads and garlic bread. And then another week they did pizzas. So we had to do like about 120 pizzas, individual
Oh my
pizzas for
god!
them.
Oh
And
my gosh!
let me say, they need delivery at like 5
Oh my gosh!
a.m. So yeah, needless to say, that's
But
an
you
early
handle
morning.
it. You can handle something
Absolutely.
small and intimate as well
Mhm.
as something large, a large order. You
I
consider that a
love
large
the
order?
large events. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
well, I wouldn't consider that large though.
Okay. What's a large event? What?
The largest we've done is 1,800 people.
Oh my gosh. Well then no. What
Mhm.
I said was just like that was a small event.
Yeah.
So let me ask you about we talked about um your ability to pivot. What has been like your perhaps share with us your worst moment? Like where you thought like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure what we're doing.
Um. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I can't I can't think of any.
Hey,
Um. I mean, I guess just and we're not perfect by any means, but I work very hard to not have a worse moment. Um, but the one that comes to mind, it was a wedding, and I've posted about this, and I was very open about this um, to my followers because it really hurt. Like it really hurt, and the things that this lady was saying was not true
mhm.
at all. Um, and so there's this client, and she comes to me for to cater her wedding. This was maybe 2 years ago. She comes to me to cater her wedding, and just from the first few conversations, my gut was telling me to tell her no.
Mhm.
Was just to tell her I'm sorry, I'm unavailable or something. Just use some excuse to not be a part of her special day. Um, I didn't go with my gut, and I've definitely learned from that experience to just go with my gut.
Mhm.
Um, it turned out to be the client from hell.
Oh
It
no.
was the worst because I did. She had a low budget, and I understand everyone has a different budget, and I'm willing to work with different budgets. And I worked with her. I gave her like a lot of things that I didn't have to, a lot of discounts and discounts with my vendors, that are giving to me because I'm the caterer, because she didn't have a large budget. And I did everything to make her day special. And my name was still on the line. So I did what I could do to help her. And at the end of the wedding or the next day, she contacted me saying like she didn't get leftover food and she didn't get leftover drinks from the bar, which is, you're not supposed to get those things.
Okay.
You're not supposed to get those things. Um, but she took to social media and like just ripped us apart, and the stuff was not true. Like she said my staff stole the food, the leftover food. I feed my staff. Like I feed my staff, and at the time we were super busy, back to back weddings, and a lot of the weddings have the same food. We're tired of this food. Like we don't want this food. And it was just it was a nightmare. And I should have just went with my gut and not done the wedding. Um but I did, and I paid for it. She took to social media, which a lot of people will do now, or to Google or Yelp, and just rip you apart. And the worst part was that the stuff was not true. It was not
Yeah.
true at all. And I tried to make it right. I gave her additional food the next day, and she still wasn't happy with that. But it just turned out to be a nightmare.
So I hear two things coming out as far as perhaps lessons learned is
Mm-hmm.
one, because you said it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Go with your gut.
Yes.
Go with your
So
gut.
we got.
You come with a certain amount of experience,
Mm-hmm.
and your experience helps lead you to um, make some decisions about what to do next. And you need to listen to your gut, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second is just your where you've emerged. That despite perhaps the negative social media, despite her claims, you're still surviving.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't know about the marriage or anything like that, but we will say that you are still a thriving, you're a thriving business with more to come. And
Mm-hmm.
so despite of, you could have done the same thing about her. You
Mm-hmm.
could have said things disparaging about her. And sometimes it's not the going tit for tat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going about quote unquote your business.
Right.
Right. And moving, and I'm gonna, at the
Mm-hmm.
risk of being corny, moving it forward.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're gonna move it forward.
Move
And
it forward.
moving forward has granted you other things down the line.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna round this out and ask you a big question,
Mm-hmm.
which is that there are women who are watching this and they're watching you, and you have a lot of followers and certainly a lot of people who have done business with you
Mm-hmm.
and appreciate your words of wisdom. If you had to lend words of wisdom to the audience that is predominantly, for us, is predominantly made up of women,
Mm-hmm.
what would you want to tell them going forward? What would you want to lend to them going forward?
Um, I would say, I mean, this sounds so cliche, but follow your dream. Um, that's what I did. I had a dream. I actually gave up on it at some point and went back to work full time. And I had a conversation with my husband about getting back into catering and following that dream. And he was all down for it. And I did. Um, and that's why I am where I am today. Because although like I kind of gave up on it at one point, um, I got back to it and I worked hard. I worked hard. I continue to work hard, and I don't think I'll ever stop working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Working hard gets you success, and it gets you where you need and want to be. Um, don't ever give up. Surround yourself by like-minded people. Doesn't have to be all of your friends, but at least some, so that you have motivation. You're not going to be motivated by somebody who is not doesn't have a entrepreneur mindset. Um, Surround yourself with those types of people. Um, Feed off of each other. Like I have friends that are not entrepreneurs, and I have some that are, and I find myself more drawn to those that are because I get motivated. I get motivated to do better, and I think we do the same for each other.
Well, I thank you. I thank you for your time. What I would like for you to do is please
Mhm.
tell us, please tell us where they could find you on the internet.
Um, Well, my oh gosh, I'm terrible with this. On
With your business.
Facebook,
Yep. Yep.
on Facebook, it is Exquisite Catering, spelled with the X, XQUISITE Catering LLC. On Instagram, it is Exquisite Catering underscore by underscore Felicia C. And my personal page is Felicia Covel. I do a lot of posting about the business on there as well.
So I'm thanking you for your time. I want to say to all the ladies out there watching that Felicia is awesome. Her business is
Thank you.
awesome. And Felicia is going to be our special guest at the Women's Leadership Forum that takes place March
Yeah.
18, 19, and 20. But she's featured on our happy hour. I can't wait. The
Yay.
happy hour. She's got a recipe. It's seafood, y'all. It's seafood.
And
They got a
pasta.
and
And I love
pasta. The
pasta.
pasta. She's got a dish that she will be making and sharing with us. So we look forward to having you. We look forward to having you. You can purchase tickets from our website, which is forwardwlf.org. You can see that on your screen. And Felicia, God bless and thank you
Thank
for being
you.
our first guest.
Thank
We
you
hope
so much.
we wish you well in your business, and we look forward to seeing all you ladies at the Women's Leadership Forum next year, March 18, 19, and 20. Thank you so much, Felicia.
Thank you. Should I just click off?